Hello students, today we'll complete part 4 of acid, base and salt, class 10 science chemistry. Let's start. Strength of acid and base. We know the strong acid are the substance that produce lot of H plus ion in the aqueous solution, and weak acid are the one that partially dissociate to produce lesser H plus ion. Similarly, we also know about the strong bases and weak bases. Strong bases are the one that produce lot of OH minus ion, and weaker bases are the one that produce lesser OH minus ion. We know how to differentiate between acid and base using various kind of indicator. Now we'll learn about the indicator that can be used to differentiate between the strong acid, weak acid, between strong base and weak base. And that type of indicator is termed as universal indicator, which shows different color as per the different concentration of hydrogen ions in the solution. This universal indicator is termed as pH indicator. It is a scale that measures the hydrogen ion concentration in a solution, and the name of the scale is pH scale. Now the term pH, here P means power or potenz. Potenz is a German term, so P is the power and H is the hydrogen ion. So pH is something that gives the mathematical operation for the hydrogen ion concentration in the solution. The pH scale range from 0 to 14. 0 is for acidic solution and 14 is for the alkaline or aqueous basic solution. And the middle term 7 indicate the neutral pH. That is, one example is your water, distilled water. Here we'll learn something more about pH. pH is defined as negative logarithm of the concentration of hydronium ions. Acid thus have pH of less than 7. Why less? Because it is a negative logarithm. Okay, pH is the negative log. Log is the operation, mathematical operation of hydrogen ion produced in the solution. In this picture, you can see how the pH scale varies. The range of pH is 0 to 14, and hydrogen ion concentration, if you see from left hand side to right hand side, that means from 0 towards 14, it is decreasing slowly. Towards 0, the hydrogen ion concentration is more. It indicates that the solution is having more H plus ion, that is, the stronger acid must have lower pH. Towards the right hand side, you will see OH minus ion increases. The concentration of OH minus ion increases. That means the solution is becoming more and more basic, and pH value is also very high. So here from you can see, for the stronger acid that produce lot of H plus ion, they have lower pH, and the stronger base that produce lot of OH minus ion have a higher pH. One more thing to note here is this part. You see OH minus ion concentration is too high, but here you are getting smaller amount of H plus ion too. Here from a very important point comes that a solution, a basic solution, can produce H plus ion too, but it hold a condition, that is, the number of OH minus ion it produce must be greater than the number of H plus ion produced. Same way, a acidic solution can also produce some OH minus ion, but the number of H plus ion produces must be very larger than the number of OH minus ion produced. Second point is, in the middle of this scale, the values is 7, and in the 7 you are getting the solution which is having both. That means 50% H plus you are getting and 50% OH minus you are getting. So at pH value of 7, the solution is neutral because it is having both the character, acidic character as well as basic character. Here, some more fact about your pH scale. A scale developed to measure the concentration of hydrogen ion in the solution is known as pH scale, where P implies potenz in German and the meaning of potenz is power. Next, pH scale ranges from 0 to 14. 0 is for acidic solution, 14 is for strong alkaline solution. Third point, the pH of a neutral solution is 7. If a solution is neutral, that means neither acidic nor basic, then we can expect its pH to be 7. Acidic solution is represented by a value less than 7 on the pH scale, whereas basic solution is represented by a value that is greater than 7 in the pH scale. So, from this 2 points, we can say that any substance having the pH range of less than 7 to 0 is acidic, and the substance that is having the pH range more than 7 or greater than 7 to 14 is basic. Next, last point, an increase in OH minus ion concentrations in the solution result in increase in the strength of alkali, hence the value of pH increases. That means if a solution is becoming more and more basic, their pH will be toward the higher value. That means it will be nearby the H of the pH scale, that is 14. Now in this chart you can see different type of materials having different pH value. Here you see the bleach, the soap, ammonia solution, baking soda, then antacid, that means something the basic tablet that relieve the acidity, blood. These are some basic substance example known to us. If you check the pH value for them, you will find the range is between 8 to 14. Same way, the hydrochloric acid produced in the stomach, then acid solution in the battery, lemon, tomato, vinegar, coffee, milk, these are acidic substance. The sour milk basically you can consider here. These are some acidic substance and their pH value range between 6 to 0, that means less than 7 to 0. So acid are the substance having pH less than 7, bases are the substance having pH more than 7, and the stronger bases are having higher pH value and stronger acids are having lower pH value, and weak acid and weak base is towards the neutral value, that means it is nearby the 7, less than 7 for the acid and more than 7 for the weaker bases. Now we'll see the role of pH scale in our daily life. Our body works within the pH range of 7 to 7.8. That means our biological function that are carried on is provide the best efficiency between the pH range of 7 to 7.8. That means in the basic medium they work best. The pH of saliva is in between 6.5 to 7.5. Second point, the pH of rainwater is less than 5.6. Then that rain is called acid rain. The acid rain runs up to the neighboring water bodies or into the river and makes the river water and the water in the water bodies to be acidic, and it impacts the survival of the aquatic creatures or marine life. Same way, like us, like animals, plants also require a specific pH for their healthy growth. Now, anyhow, if the soil become acidic, then the farmer, they use calcium hydroxide or lime powder or lime water to make the soil basic, because if the soil is become acidic and if the apply some base, neutralization will happen and the soil will reach their normal pH range. Similarly, if somehow the soil become too much basic, then the farmer they use some organic fertilizer to provide some mild acid so that again the soil regain the normal pH range and the plant grow healthy. Different food material they have different pH value. Some are more acidic, some are less acidic, some are more basic. Like that, tomato juices range 4.1 to 4.6 in their pH scale, and carrot is having the pH value of 6.4. Our stomach produce hydrochloric acid during digestion of food, but it don't cause any harm because there is a lining in the stomach. In the inner wall there is a lining of mucus that can tolerate that hydrochloric acid when it digests the food. But somehow during indigestion, if you are skipping your meal or breakfast, then the HCl produced that can eat up the lining and you'll feel pain and irritation. At this point of time, to get relief from the pain, you are diagnosed with antacid. Antacid is a mild base. When you have the antacid being a base, it neutralizes the excess acid present in the stomach. Neutralization happen, acid get neutralized and you get relief from the pain. Thus pH role to help you from the pain and irritation. Next, bacteria in the mouth generate acid by decomposing the remaining sugar and food particle in the mouth, and it lowered the pH of 5.5. If in the mouth the pH lower than 5.5 due to bacterial action on the food sugar item, then tooth corrosion start and it causes decay in the tooth enamel. The calcium phosphate present in the tooth get corroded and you start feeling the pain. Last point is all about the defense mechanism of plants and animals. Now, to save themselves, the bee, the ant, the sting, and when the sting, it inject formic acid. Same way, the nettle sting inject methanoic acid into the skin that cause pain and irritation. To get relief from it, we use a mild base like baking soda paste and it neutralizes the reaction. It causes a neutralization reaction that is in between acid and base and we get relief. That is how we have seen that pH play a vital role in our day-to-day life, okay, for our good health, for our good digestion, for the necessary minerals and other biological function. We need a balanced pH range, and by knowing the activity of pH, by knowing more detail about pH, we can stay in a better way. So that's all for today. Thank you.